Why don't I do this before I turn on the camera, right? That's what you're wondering. It's like, why did he has it? Because every day is like an adjustment. Why is it all crooked? I don't know. It looks straight and it looks crooked. Anyway, doesn't matter. Canter angle. Another day here at the Tower of Power. The freedom to do art in America. Um, so I'm here today. Well, obviously, dumbass. Um, Stop it. What are you doing with your life? There you go. Okay. The worst thing in the world is waiting on people. I hate waiting. Oh my God. I hate waiting on people. Just everything. So, like, I'm just ahead of like what I need to do, and the construction going on here. I'm ahead of the construction. So like I'm trying to empty out my room. I want to mop today. Believe it or not. I woke up ready to mop, and I can't mop because I have to clear out the room. But I don't know where to put anything because I don't know if they need. I don't want to bring something out and then need to put it back. And it's also a Sunday, so yeah, there's nobody here. So it's like I got to be patient, and I hate patience. Anyways, um, bought some lights. I got to install those. Um, just buying stuff. Going on Amazon, just buying stuff, and I'm just like, oh, I don't like spending money. And I was gonna the whole do money rant today. I was like practicing my rant, so I was gonna do my money rant about artists and money, and I'm sure I've already covered that extensively. But it kind of like also, it's always kind of gets me mad. It's something that's ongoing in terms of there's no conclusion to it. It's an ongoing anger thing, and I can talk about this subject. It's like I think this like I feel that whoever listens to this maybe feels at times I don't have like the authority. No, I have a lot of authority because I know what it's like to sell work, and I know what it's like to sell work for a significant amount of money. But I think too many artists these days are thinking about money, but they're thinking about almost like money beforehand. Before they even start, they think about whether or not they can make any money with the art they they intend on making, which I find completely crazy. To like put that in front, it's like what they hope to get out of it before they even begin, and I'm like, wow, it's and then and then also, and I've covered this, but just going over it again a bit, um, how people and all this stuff that's going on with it, like I do not put money on a pedestal. I don't like money. It's like saying, oh, like, do I like nails? Not particularly. No. It's like I don't dream about nails, but you need nails in order to like build probably a house, and I think of it that way. So, but that kind of like obsession with it, to exalt it, to put on this pedestal, makes me insane at this point. Like, there's no higher value or higher ideal than money, which is completely insane. And I think people that pursue it are crazy too. It's disgusting and it's beneath me. Um, what was I going to do? Oh, I was going to take a dollar bill out of my pocket. And this is how much respect I have for money. I'm going to take a dollar bill and it's going to go, oh, I spent on Washington's face. Oh, okay. Went over the bill. Okay, so anyway, you get my point. I'm not going to do that again. Jeez. I think I hit someone's painting. Um, so my point is, this is like, I just don't have any respect for it. And you shouldn't. Um, the myth of it is crazy. Working hard for money. It's just bananas. It's just stupid. It's just a tool, and they made it into something more. They exalted it, put it on a pedestal, and it's unfortunate. It's a means to an end. That's all it is. I don't like spending it. I don't care for having it. I'm not going to do anything with it except buy art supplies. So, where was I getting with this? because I feel like I just run off on these tangents. Um, Man, I already lost my train of thought. Oh, so yeah, some of these artists I know, like this whole, it's just repeating myself, but like the subdivisioning the work. If they can't buy the piece, they buy the T-shirt, they buy the print, they buy the paint, they buy like the mug, and it's like, it really just starts to. You take something that's already good, and there's some stuff that I've seen that my people that I know have made that are excellent pieces, excellent stuff, and it might not just sell because it just maybe the market's soft because it's too expensive. There's lots of different reasons, and then they start subdividing the work. They say like, well, this is what's available. You can have it in this form. Put it on a mouse pad for crying out loud. I have a Starry Night mouse pad and a Starry Night because I really like Starry Night. I plan on actually stealing Starry Night one day from the the MoMA, right? Is it MoMA or the Met? Wherever it is, I'm taking it. And I have I have a light cord pull, one of those metal beaded pull cords for the light. I have the end of it is Starry Night. It's just like, wow, if Van Gogh knew that all his stuff would be on, if he knew that Starry Night would be on a mouse pad, he'd be like, what? But then it just takes the richness out of it. It takes the fun out of it. It takes like the exclusivity out of it. And I was trying to come up with like like something interesting, like a comparative. Like, I mean, if they can't have your body, what are you gonna do? Cut off a finger and just give that to them because they can't afford the rest of you? I mean, it's like that's how I feel, and it just starts to neuter the work. It starts to what do you call it? Not liquefy, dilute. Well, that's ballpark. It's to dilute the work, and then and with the thing like when I started even my meters project, I had no idea I was going to make any money with it, and say that like, oh, I poo poo on money. Listen, buddy, I took a parking meter that was smelled, rusted, worth about $9 if you smelted it. I guess that's what you do. You smelt it because it's metal. And I sold them for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,000 fucking bucks. Sorry for the language. So, and I put that all back into my work. So yeah, I know what it's like to take nothing and make it into something and something very valuable. But it's not why I started the project. It's not like I thought like, oh yeah, I can turn these things into pieces of art and sell them for like bundles of cash. That was all just a very organic sort of experience. I wanted to create something new, different, something that would attract attention in some sort of positive way, and that's how that all happened. So the idea and the work came way, way before I made a buck on it, and it's still my mentality today. And then a friend of mine was asking me, like, we're talking about showing these meters, like these parking meters will have a lot more value, like 50 to 100 years from now. And it's like, well, you're not going to be there for the money. I'm like, well, and I was thinking about it, like, okay, I don't care. And the legacy is more important than the money too. That, oh, well, these guys are going to be forgotten, and everything they spent their money on is going to be thrown in the trash anyway. All their fancy sneakers and T-shirts and clothes, all their trips, someone's going to delete their album or put it in Salvation Army. That's where everybody ends up. That's where I put my parents in the end. All the keychains, all the tchotchkes, all the clothes, all that stuff went into garbage bags and donated. Because what was I going to do with them? And that's what you can do. Your life is just going to be donated. They look at your driver's license. You sign the back of your card, and you could donate your body parts. You're just, you're just. You're just pieces and parts for somebody to pick at for vultures in the future. So they get all worked up about it, about comfort, about direction, about whether this is going to sell. For what? You're gonna lay down and think about, oh man, I wish I bought that pair of sneakers. It's like, oh, I wish I went to Florida again one more time. It's like, it's everyone's losing. Money's making people lose sight of what's really important, and how the pushing of culture and this idea of kind of like creating something new and interesting and nuanced and good is really the goal of what this is, and to throw in the dollar value, and then to be like, I got to diminish it because it's like no one's getting it now. Well, then maybe art is not for you. Maybe nothing's for you. It's not being an entrepreneur. It's we're part of a larger conversation, and if you can't get with that, then I don't know. I don't have something to put on the end of this sentence. But anyway, I just wanted to mop